What is up, and welcome to the breakdown here for the Czech Open for the NXL Europe. Some leagues might be using this for their layout at the whatever local event, or maybe you just wanted some help with it because you're going to be playing it this weekend or next weekend, you know, whenever it is that you're watching this. So I was not able to get out on the layout, but I wanted to still go through and do a breakdown here for you. So if you're coming from the Dorito side breakdown, welcome. This is going to be the snake side one. So we'll do everything over from the tower over is going to be the snake side, and then if you were at the Dorito side, you already know we're from the tower over, just focusing on the Dorito side there. So let's go ahead and just start off with just our back center. What I was seeing when I was looking at this, to shoot the snake runner, you have to come out pretty far on the Dorito side to shoot into that gap. It's going to be pretty difficult to be able to do that. You can even see like the heads up shot. By the time you shoot, they only need to take, what, 3 steps out? And they're going to be safe from that. If you try to shoot up over the top over here, it's going to drop way too far back. So I would just assume that they're going to be in the snake. It's just going to be something that you have to assume, red alert or whatever it is that you're calling for the snake there, that they are going to be in there. So it's looks pretty easy to be able to dive in and be able to do some damage there. As we're coming out to the tower, so we'll go out and down the wire up to the brick, and then everything over from the center tower here. You do have a shot cross field, and they have the same one back, remember, into the Aztecs. So as you're coming out, I honestly probably wouldn't even really worry too much about the back center shooting me. I would be more worried about this guy shooting cross. So as I'm going out shooting into this this zone here, if I'm looking at this player, depending on how they're getting set up, they definitely have a shot into you here. So you might have to start just diving in, depending on how is it that how good their shot is. Not that you shouldn't try to run and gun, but I mean, I think that you'll probably see people trading with this. This kind of reminds me of with the NXL event that just happened in Dover. There were some guys that it was like you kind of assumed that there was going to be a trade at some point. So yeah, so let's move over to this tower. So looking over at the tower at the Dorito side, you can shoot into this gap. I'd be curious to see if guys are going to try to go out and around and go straight up or dive straight across. But at least you could shoot this way and maybe help with the Dorito side. But looking over at the snake side, you really can't do anything to help the guy here. So this is going to be more of a bunker to maybe come out to and hold this on the inside. Or if you are this way, oh man, I was going to say if you stay low, you could crawl up into the W here, the little W, but even that, I think if they shoot down on it, it's going to be kind of tough to be able to get that guy. So they might still be able to crawl up, but then you still do have a little bit of a gap into the snake. So this is probably where it would be wise to have someone here. If they're already in the snake, you're pretty useless to be able to do anything here. Now, looking more at, let's just keep going out to the corner. So if they are trying to get wide, you could have someone shoot into here, but I don't know how much I really like this tower. To be honest, I really don't know if I like this tower. Use it as a way, from my, again, grain of salt, it looks more like using it as a way to get up into the snake or maybe even up into the middle as more of like a delay is going to be better than coming here to help support. Let's look at the snake corner. So the snake corner, you can shoot into those, let's turn a little bit as well. Yeah, so you're able to shoot into the Dorito corner, sorry, not the Dorito corner, into those Dorito, you can see the gap there. So you're able to shoot into that gap. So this could be something to help with that way, but I kind of feel like there's going to be other bunkers that can do that better. This is definitely not something to help the snake. Yeah, because you really can't do a whole lot, even on the inside. They can still kind of crawl around. And looking here on the outside, the only reason that you might want to come here is if there's someone in the brick, you can come here to wrap and help put that person in to maybe help your snake get up a little bit more. So that could be an option. I I feel like this is another one, kind of like the tower, that it's going to be you get here to make the move up, and look for the way to attack. See, as we come up into, actually, let me start with a little W first. So same thing into these gaps. So again, if you're coming from the Dorito side, we talked about this, but if you haven't gone over there yet, the snake has a couple shots into those gaps. So if you're playing that Dorito side, just know that it's not going to necessarily be an easy run to make these moves up. So if you are making those moves, you have to just dig, because someone can come here, shoot that gap. We just saw, if someone is shooting here, they can shoot the outside of that Dorito 1. From here, it's the Dorito 2 to 3. From here, you can shoot the Dorito 1 to 2 gap and be kind of unseen. And actually, I wonder... Ooh, let me go up and see if this might work. This might be a possibility. So this is something just to consider. I'm not saying that it's a guarantee, but bouncing off... Oh, let me change the color. Now it's easier to see. Bounce it off that bottom section right there. It might actually bounce to the outside of that Dorito. So that's just going to make their life really, really difficult, and could definitely be a benefit for your Dorito side to make a move up. They won't really have as much pressure coming back at them. So let's look here. Yeah, I mean, you can kind of keep their head down a little bit because that starfish is there, though. It's kind of like, meh. Would I come here to help support? No. Maybe, and this is a huge maybe, and this is definitely not, actually not even probably, this is definitely not the right bunker to come to do this job. But if it's like there's no other option, you could stop the move on the outside, but that's kind of it. Let's look here as we go out. I mean, this is where the tower could shoot into here. But if you stay low enough, I don't see how they're going to be able to shoot you unless they stand up and do like the drop shot thing like that. Possibly. That could definitely be something there. Oh, let's see. Down the wire, this is actually reminding me a lot of NXL Dover, where the league is definitely pushing you to be really aggressive in here, because you really can't support your guy down the wire. Doesn't really seem like you're going to be able to do a whole lot there. So let's come up into this Snake 1. Let's see. Yeah, Snake 1 has nothing inside. I mean, I guess if they crawl all the way up to that little W, but I don't like that. Inside, I guess, on the Aztec, but doesn't really seem like there's a whole lot of benefit to stay here. Because it looks like... Let me go down a little bit. It looks like, even though the brick can shoot through here, I wonder if, because they have to crouch a little bit, this would be something to consider, is looking and seeing if you can even put them in and just dive straight up, or if you just like hug this real low and then crawl up. That could be an option to be able to get up there. Could be something. Okay, let's come out to this Dorito. So again, cross shots into there. Looks like the wedge is going to be able to help stop movement coming across. That would be something to check off. I guess technically the Doritos could shoot this way if they wanted to. This to help shoot down the wire maybe, but you can see how much you're blocked out. If they stand up, that's one thing, but if you just hug this and dive straight in, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to make it up there. Unless you dive out too far, or they pick the right time to step out and shoot as you're trying to make the move up. That would be something to consider, but it doesn't really seem like this is... Yeah, this is definitely not the... Yeah, this is definitely not the one. Let's see as we come up into here, though. So interesting. Shooting cross. You would have some shots into some of these guys here. Let's move and shoot heads up. So obviously heads up, you'd be able to surprise some people. I would expect there to be a bunch of trades right here. I would think that there's going to be a lot of action going down right there. Can you... I guess you could play this side and try to catch them maybe coming down the channel here. You just have to be careful of the wedge. The brick does have a shot into here, but I feel like if you got in and low enough, you can still kind of, it'd be getting hairy for sure. But shooting into here, you'd be able to see them try, and they'd have to commit, so they wouldn't really be able to come around and get you clean unless they came on the outside. So that would be a possibility there. But let's look at this inside channel. So obviously down the wire, you got nothing. There's nothing there. Inside shots here. I mean, if there's someone in the cans or in that little W, then it looks like there could be something there. If we come to the outside. So this is where the back center actually could be sort of helpful, is shooting this outside section right here. So it could be a possibility to help stop movement on the inside channel, kind of push them out to the wire. And what was the shot that we had here? So, I mean, yeah, they do have the shot on the wrap into that player. And actually, I wonder if, get my marker again, off of here, if it'll bounce into the back center. That, or maybe here, this is going to be kind of a sketchy shot into the back center as well. Just the angle of that looks like it might be something that could possibly work. But do they have a benefit staying here? Yes. So if they did come here and they're starting to wrap, then they do have a lot of pressure that they can put on this outside and stop people from moving out. So having someone here probably going to be important. But let's look at the inside channel here. So if the back center is looking this way, getting someone out to here to help put that guy in could be a benefit. Let me see, can you do it from the, you can do it from the Dorito as well. So maybe this is where the Dorito could be helpful, is wrapping to put that guy in. Can you do it from, well, I mean, here you could try to shoot over the top of the brick, but I am not sure. One that you could try, though, is that same bounce, and you can actually shoot a little bit lower. I wonder if bouncing there, if that will go in. So that could be an option as well, to go and try with all this. Let me go down. Okay, so as we come across, so definitely that brick, for sure that brick you'd have to be careful of. Yeah, that brick is definitely going to be a thorn in your side. If that brick isn't there, and the home isn't there, when you come around, you'd have to be careful of the Dorito for sure. And then if someone's doing that catch move, right? So if they're on the outside here, shooting through this channel. So this is going to definitely be, you know, who can drop the hammer faster to be able to go through. Let's see. Here, I mean, it gets better, obviously, when you get to their side. It's just how paintball usually works. And then being able to play the wrap. Could you, well, because of this little wedge, I wonder if the home could still shoot the outside, and then the tower and this Aztec are able to shoot across here. And if for some reason the brick is still alive, they're going to be able to catch you here too. So it's not like you have a free reign all the way down. So I wonder if the move would be to get someone here and then send someone to the inside, because then this guy can play the wrap, help with keeping these guys in to get them into, I think that might be the move. So sending someone into the snake off break, getting someone set up either here or coming out wider, and then getting the move into the 50 snake is going to be able to help set up where this guy can wrap to help keep these guys in. And then someone can take the inside channel and go around. And then, of course, you know, with this, if someone is in the snake, someone plays the wrap here, they can catch them on the move up, because you see how they would have to go around and there's nothing protecting them. So if you kind of beat them to the punch here, that could definitely be a benefit. But let's look more at this middle as we move around here. Let's look. So as we come up, it's a huge run through here. This is a real big run, but there's a lot of stuff that's blocking it. So, I mean, I guess if you came out and up, whether it be that you pause here and then hug the inside and go straight up, no one here should be able to shoot you. Still watch the paint over the top. It's going to be the cross shots from the Aztec, from the wedge. You know, these guys are going to be able to shoot this cross. So that would definitely be a threat on the way up. I'm not too worried about the Doritos, because they would have to dive out, get in, set up, and then start shooting, I kind of feel like you're going to be full sprint at this point and just not really going to have to worry about it. So let's look first over at the Dorito side. Yeah, this Dorito side's going to have a hard time making moves. Look at this guy. He has the same shot into that Dorito. And they might even be able to do the same thing where if you shoot, whoop, get my marker. If you shoot this bottom section here, it might kind of bounce up and out into the other Dorito on the outside. So that could definitely be a thorn in your side. So Doritos, like, I mean, what we talked about on the Dorito side, again, if you came from there, then we already talked about it. But if you're just looking at it from the snake perspective, you're going to be an issue for them. I really like this brick here, because for them to commit around, they aren't going to be able to stay low enough. Now, from the Dorito, they might be able to. What's the height that I'm at right now? Yeah, I mean, actually, if you know that they're there, let's go down to like 5 feet-ish. So if I was having to crouch a little bit, I can still see the outside here, so that guy's going to have a hard time making the move around. And actually, this could still be tough here to make the move from the snake 1 to the snake 2. And the reason why I say that is just because you can skim over the top and drop it into there. You might even be able to bounce it off here and it'll skip into the outside. If you shoot right about there, it'll kind of skip in there. It might be a little bit too close, but you could try it. And then obviously if they're not in the snake yet, this isn't a bad spot to come to. It's a short little tiny gap right here. It's not hard for them to make the move in, but you could definitely be an issue in holding them. Now, the only time that it becomes an issue on the Dorito side is they have to come to your side. So this brick, I kind of feel like it's a 3-man operation on this snake side. This guy could switch, but I think you're going to need at least 2 in the snake. If you have someone here, yeah, this would definitely be something that you're here to help stop them, and then they can go. But I feel like the better option is to have someone in this 50 snake, and then they can play the wrap and start shooting into a lot of those guys, and then someone can take the inside channel. So that's just kind of my opinion, at least, on that. Let me go up to this tower. And we're just going to be looking at the snake side, because we already looked at it Dorito side. So, if we came over from there, this is useless snake side. So that is not something that you want to go to. What about this can? Because you never know. Sometimes you go up to a bunker and you're like, this is going to be the worst thing in the world. And then you realize, oh, wait, this is really good for X, Y, Z. Now, if they're stuck, yeah, this is not something you're using to lock anything down. So, yes, you do have this shot through here and through here, but you got to look over here and see how these guys can shoot you in the back, and you'll never know. Like, it's going to be very difficult to survive here. Like, I wouldn't send someone here off the break, because it's not like you're really going to be able to gain a whole lot. What if you just kept going, though? Or if you shot Dorito away? This is a huge risk to shoot the same thing that you can do from other bunkers that are safer. So I don't really see the benefit there. What about coming up to their brick? Could you? Yeah, this is where you could really surprise some people. I mean, look, you can shoot down on them if they're in the snake, and then probably go around and trade with someone here. So the route that you would take for that, though, is real sketchy. Let's look real quick. So if I was to go out and up to their brick, if you were coming up here, you're shooting at the Dorito side, reading the paint. If they have the cut in front of the brick, you're going to have to dive and just survive and just get in. If you are all the way to here, this is where you'd be safe. But can you? So you'd have to go around, and I'm not 17 feet tall. You'd have to go around, and you're still not completely blocked out until here. So if you were to do this kind of a move, you might just have to just book it. I guess you could try to... Oh, okay. Actually, I take it back. This is an option. So coming up through here, and you can read the paint as you're going across. So if you see the paint is higher, you can take the lower dive. If they're not shooting, then you have an easier run. And then from here... Man, that's super desperation. Actually, I take back what I said. This is not going to be something you're going to. This is like a desperation for sure. Because you could try to take the inside route and go up to their brick, but you see how far apart they are. It's not going to be an easy thing. So yeah. So that's the snake side there for the Czech Open. Tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. If you haven't checked out over at the Dorito side breakdown, or if you came over from there. Thanks for watching, or I'll see you over there in a little bit. And yeah, so good luck to those that are playing in the Czech Open or are playing on a layout that have this particular layout. And hopefully helped you guys out. As always, remember, watch, learn, win. Thanks.